3 minutes, that's fine.
3 minutes, yeah. Okay. So yeah, thanks for being here.
No
Been a
worries. Thanks
while since I
for having
talked.
me.
Huh?
Thanks for having me.
Is that a new shirt?
It is. Let's get the advert out of the way.
Is that a new shirt?
It's the Barbie font.
I
Yeah,
love it.
they're going to be limited edition. So 1st of October they go off sale. So you got to get it before the 1st of October.
I'm
And
getting it.
I should have ironed it before coming on because it's a bit creased
Oh,
because
it looks fine.
black shirts hide the creases very well, but this one
It
doesn't.
looks
So yeah,
fine. Don't worry about it. From here, you can't really tell. It doesn't
yeah,
matter. Yeah. Okay, so I guess you already know. Like, did you see the video real quick? I mean, the TikTok video I sent you.
yes, I
Okay.
did.
So we pretty much know somewhat what we're going to talk about. So what we're going to be basically talking about is just the fact that what's our personal opinion, or it could be anybody's personal opinion, on bands, artists, whoever not signing autographs for their fans or anything like that. Like how we personally think about what we personally think about it. And to tell you the truth, I'm like really 50-50 on the topic. I don't know about you.
Yeah, well, I understand the reasoning why they wouldn't want to sign stuff, or like that clip of Dave Grohl where he's like, "Stop," because it is like the guy said in that video. A lot of people want to just get the signature so they can sell it on straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's if they'll say yes to a selfie but no to a signature. That makes sense because they know that the signature is going to get sold on, whereas a selfie is a picture of you. So it's like,
Yeah, selfie's a whole different thing. Yeah.
yeah. So I can
Yeah.
understand it.
I mean, I'm, split 50-50 on it. I think it really depends on the situation of the autograph. So, I mean, I know a lot of people are mad. They're like, so what if they're going to sell their autographs? Times are tough, so let them pay the phone bill or whatever it is with that autograph. The thing is, it's not just like one or two, you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I literally, it doesn't matter who it is. Like it could be, it's any type of entertainer. So for example, wrestling, right? So everyone knows I like wrestling and everything. All the time, the wrestlers, when they're leaving the airport, they get hounded by freaking fans. Let's call them
Yeah, yeah,
fans, sure. And it's to sign the Funko Pops, and they'll tell them to go away, and they won't. They'll literally follow them to their like hotel rooms and everything. So, and it's like they'll just sign it, and it's like a lot, like sign this one, sign this one. It's almost like they're giving them a demand, like sign this one.
yeah.
So in some cases, I understand because you're just going to make money off of them. And I remember when the Dave Mustaine book came out in 2000, what was it, 10 or 9 or something like that. When I went to go get it signed at Borders, yeah, a lot of people, because what it was, the employees at Borders, they'll be like, do you want your name on the book? And obviously I said yes. And they'll just, they're like, okay, how you spell your name or whatever, right? And I remember the people behind me, they're like, no, because I'm going to sell this shit.
Yeah.
So it's understandable.
It was a Simpsons joke, wasn't it? A while back, it was. I can't remember which Simpsons character it was now, but someone's doing a book signing and like, oh, who should I make it out to? And then he said eBay. Was the name they gave?
eBay. That's where they found most. I think you still find them there. Maybe Poshmark is the other place now.
Yeah.
I think Poshmark is like another place.
I don't. I'm not a big fan of signatures personally. If I was there, I'd rather a picture. Personally, I'd prefer a photo because the idea with signatures originally is to kind of prove that you've met that person. Oh, look, I've met this person because look, they've signed the thing. That's their signature. Whereas technology's now moved on. We can now take photos, so you can now take a photo with the person. So I think the photo of the person is a far better way of showing that I've met this person. Here's a picture of me with them, rather than just they scribbled on a bit of paper for me.
Yeah. No, so
it's more personal as well because it's a picture of you with them. It's not just they've written on your bit of paper that you own.
I mean, I think it's one thing, if they want their name on it, obviously that you can't get a sale if your name is on it. Obviously not.
Yeah.
So, but if you're just like, for example, I think it was Ringo Starr who said that he wasn't going to do any as well. I don't even think he does it for charity as well. I get the feeling there's got to be something in it for him. The Beatles seem greedy. They seem very greedy. And I felt like, and I even felt like it's been a while since I saw, and I know somebody that I follow. I think it was like Metal Mickey who made a video on it, but he basically, you know, didn't like how Ringo Starr, I think it was Ringo Starr, I highly doubt it was Paul McCartney, who kind of said, well, was like, yeah, like some people need to pay their bills. And I really felt like the Beatles were just being greedy. Like, that's what I felt. And it is the Beatles. I'm like, how much money do you guys have? But at the same time, I understand, like, you know, first of all, if it was personally me, I'll be like, to who do I make this out to? Oh, no one? Then no, you're not getting it. Obviously, it's not that important. And you don't want me to write down your name. It's not that important to you. I mean, that's one thing.
Yeah.
And then it's another if you want to charge them for the autographs, like porn stars do it all the time. So just,
I mean, yeah, if you're charging for it, you know, it's money making. It works if you can get away with it. That's fine.
yeah.
Right? So people buy signatures, like that guy in that video you shared. He said like he posted, he paid for signatures before because, you know, that's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's how much money you're making. Obviously, some people are going to go get stuff signed and sell it straight away because they want to make a lot of money, and you can make a lot of money doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but I don't like. I think nowadays it's more important to get a selfie.
Yeah, definitely.
To a true fan, I mean, if they could get a picture, it is really easy now and then. You could literally be in the front row of the pit and then just try to get a selfie, and it's like it's so easy nowadays.
Bloodstock, a lot of people took selfies with me because they was like, "Oh, there's little Dan, go take a picture," and I'm more than happy to have pictures of people. It's perfectly fine. But there was one guy who was we were watching a band, can't remember what band it was at the time, and he was stood off to the right of us, in front of us, with his phone up, trying to take a picture with us. Come over and ask, come say, come on, get a picture. But he was really creepy and weird, and it was a bit odd, and that was weird. Didn't like that.
Oh, no, he was trying to go up your skirt, little Dan.
Yeah, it felt like it, honestly.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
Let's see what Anubis.
It was just weird.
I've never had any issues with musicians signing stuff or taking pics with me or the wife, but maybe it's because I don't pay much attention to the bigger stars, etc. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Like, I go to so many smaller shows, small festivals as well, and you always go to meet the band at the merch stand. And they're more than happy to they'll sign anything, they'll take pictures, all sorts. Right.
I paid a premium for a signed copies of books because they do hold some value, but I don't think I'd ever pay for a signing session for the sake of it. You know what? Signing sessions are fucking expensive. They're like up to like $500 or more sometimes.
Like Bloodstock have one every year, and obviously that's free, but there's queues, and that's why I've never bothered doing it. Because it's like I'm not that big enough a fan of the people who do Bloodstock signings to wait in the queue. So I don't like waiting.
No, but it was definitely what's it called? Like I don't remember if it was Venom when they did a tour, like this was before COVID. I know people were saying that was a ridiculous price for their what's it called? The only one I paid for was the G Fest this year to see and meet Don Fry. But I only paid like see, that's a good price.
Yeah. Nam's just commented Rex signing session. That was at Warhorns recently. Our most recent festival that we went to. And there's a dog at that festival every year, small little Jack Russell. He's got his own little vest, and he's a cute little dog. Everyone loves him, and he did a signing session. They had a little ink pad. They put the dog's paw print on the ink pad, and then he would sign whatever you had. So I got my hand signed by the dog.
Oh,
love that! No queue. It's fantastic.
Yeah, because I know Venom Inc. was one of the ones that charge ridiculous prices, and I forgot who else. I mean,
there's been events in the UK where like Cradle of Filth will announce some kind of meet and greet or something like that, and it's a stupid amount of money, and then they cancel it pretty quick because everyone, says you're charging too much money.
Like, I get if you want to charge a little bit more if you move on up. At the same time, you gotta look at your fan base. Are they making that much money? It's like, what I mean? You're not, it ain't like Beyonce fans where they're dumb enough to pay. Like, metalheads are not that dumb enough to pay that much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did make a donation at Bloodstock in exchange for security turning a blind eye to me stealing the sign to get some.
Yeah, that's on the wall. It's on the wall in the house. Like, it's just an A4 sign that says Grand Magus signing session. So you get the Grand Magus signing session signed.
Yeah,
it's clever.
Okay.
The thing is, you can't do that again now. That's the one joke. You can't. You got to nick something else now. I remember being at Bloodstock a long time ago, and Devin Townsend was playing, and some young lad was really happy that Devin signed his mug. That was the only thing this guy had that Devin could sign was a mug. So he got his mug signed. But it was an enamel mug, so it wiped off really easily, and he's just really bummed out that his signature had wiped off.
I think the dumbest thing too, what people don't understand about like autograph signings or certain signings, when if it says a book signing, it means it's a book signing. Because that was the thing when I went to the Mustaine, book signing. That's what it said. And even if you go at that time, there was a place called Borders. It was basically like Barnes and Nobles. It was a bookstore at that time, but then they went out because of the recession and everything. So I remember on the website and even when you called or whatever, they all said books only, because that's the time they made for that,
Well, yeah, they're trying to sell books. Like,
yeah.
that's
And
the whole
then
point
people were bringing their Qatar and think they could get extras. Like, no, what don't you? Unless you bought like 3 books, like I don't know. Yeah. Like, which will be weird, but there better be a name on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like I don't know, like it's just the audacity of people. Like I don't understand why you think they need to they need to sign everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, we just blinked for a little bit. Sorry, I blinked out for a little bit. I haven't had enough coffee today. No, I've been working nonstop, so it's just like I had literally only had like a shot of espresso and that's it. It's like it's not working.
Yeah, I've been editing videos a lot, loads at the minute. I'm doing some more tomorrow, and then after the one I'm done tomorrow, we're out of videos to edit, and then we'll probably end up filming one on Tuesday. So lots of content coming. Yeah,
I still have like one more to do, and I have not even it's the Bon Jovi one. But no, like going back to the topic, I don't know. Have you ever had anyone turn you away?
I've never asked for signings that much, and the bands that I do get signed stuff, I've got a few CDs and stuff done. They've always been perfectly fine with it. Right.
You know what I hate, and this happened to me when it was a Gigantour when Megadeth was headlining. I already had the album Endgame, but I saw that they had the autograph version. I was like, okay, I'll get that. And my point was not to open it or anything, because you're not supposed to open it to keep the value. Well, guess what? These fuckers make sure it's open for you to know that the CD's in there. That shit must have been like $30 for a CD. I'm not sure, but that pissed me the fuck off when they did that. I was like, it did not need to be opened. I trusted you with my whole $30. It did not need to be fucking open. But I don't know. But I've never had that either, like happen to me, like they turned me away or anything like that. But then again, I rarely ask either. So yeah. I just go when if it says, hey, they're signing shit, then obviously that's a fucking green flag. Go and get your shit signed. There. Just make sure what they're signing. Have you ever had your tits signed, little Dan?
No, but I've signed someone else's tits. That has happened. It's a bloke's tits. It's not lady tits.
A bloke, okay.
Yeah. And I've signed a few vests as well for people.
I've seen you guys sign vests. I've seen you guys do that.
Really only in Bloodstock. I'm Bloodstock famous. That's the one place where everyone knows who I am.
By the way, kudos to Bloodstock. Like I've heard a lot of good stuff, like how they don't raise their prices or anything like a lot of the other places. Like
ticket prices do go up there every year. That's natural for any festival.
But I heard it's not like ridiculous expensive. I think it's like what, like $50 a day or something like that.
Yeah, more like 75-ish per day. If I get my numbers right this year. I haven't bought a ticket in like 4 or 5 years.
So you wouldn't know.
But like the food prices are quite expensive. The food prices have gone up a load. But that's all vendors and stuff like that, Like,
yeah.
Post-COVID prices of everything is all really expensive now.
Dude, the Metallica. Okay, I obviously did not want to go see Metallica, right? I was like, no. But you know how like the SoFi Stadium is only like maybe 15 minutes away from where I live.
Yeah.
And okay, I didn't know this, but what makes the SoFi Stadium really cool It's because, there's like different levels, which means there's a different screen for each level, right? These bands, and Beyonce did this too, because Taylor Swift did it. She paid for those screens to be turned on, each one, so each level could see her. Beyonce and Megadeth did not pay for them. They only paid for the one that was in the bottom, and that's it.
Brilliant.
I was like, you cheap ass motherfucker. See, that's another thing I hate about how bands, like, they'll gyp you out of money, how greedy they are. I was like, but I'm like, you have a lot of money.
Yeah, we did go see Metallica for Monkey's stag do. It wasn't my choice; it was just his stag do. So, yeah, we're going to go see
stag do. I'm sorry, I don't.
Before a person's getting married.
Oh, okay, the bachelor party.
That's the one. Yeah, I call it stag do. And so ours was Download Festival. So we went download just on a day ticket for Metallica, and that was like 115 quid just for the day ticket. And I did make a video on it. I spent the entire time complaining about download's terrible. And it did really well.
Remember when I think Downsy did well because they were going to Australia. This was like 5 or 6 years ago when he made that video. And he got so much hate on it. It was so sad. I'm like, but I don't know, because I from what I've heard, I guess he got really excited that, they were getting an actual festival or something.
Yeah.
And it ended up being all these like popish, like Good Charlotte was on there or something. I don't even think Good Charlotte was at Mayhem Festival. So I was like, God, yeah, this is really poppy. Like when we used to have Mayhem Festival, the most poppy was like obviously like Rob Zombie and like Avenged Sevenfold and stuff like. But this still kind of makes sense. But if you were to add Good Charlotte, that doesn't make sense. They're like emo, that's more like Vans Warped Tour if they're still around.
That's what the Download is. That kind of more vibe. It's not just a metal festival. It's a bit of everything else. And the thing is, the video performed so well, and a lot of the comments on it said you can't judge a festival just because you did the one day, you did a day ticket. So I might see if I can get press for a full weekend next year and do a whole weekend and complain about it for a whole weekend.
Get your views out of it, little Dan. Might as well. Every hate comment equals a view, so it's okay. And what is it? Majority of the fan base are like Gen X or Boomer, so they don't know how to press like the skip button to your ads or something. They have to watch the ads or something.
It's all the Download crowd's always a bit weird. It's a bit different. They're very much they're the kind of people who they just do that festival for that's the only festival they do. So and there's a hardcore of Download fans, and they're all wrong.
They're all wrong.
Yeah.
No, but let's see. Luke Miles. I did the full weekend and I won't be going again.
He did full weekend.
Tell us why.
It was very hot as well that weekend.
Oh. Did you see Vakken Festival?
Yeah. Well,
did you see the videos?
Yeah. They had a river, didn't they?
They were like, okay, the guy that I went on a date with went over there.
Yeah.
The one I told you about. So he went over there, and his buddies, one of his buddies, I think he said as soon as his buddy like stepped on the mud, he like fell in straight or something. A full weekend is worse, but at least we can evidence the fact.
Yeah. If I film it, if I moan about it, there we go. It's therapeutic,
Obviously.
Yeah.
And mental stability is important.
But it's weird because like at the time we were having festivals over in the UK, and we're getting massive heat waves and sun, and it's scorching hot, and then Europe's basically underwater. It's the wrong way round. Normally we have the rain and they've got the sun, so it's completely different this way around. Like it's a heat wave right now. It's ridiculously hot.
Wasn't Metal Days? Wasn't it flooded too, and they had to cancel?
Yep, that was sewage water flooding as well.
Ew.
That was not only that wasn't just a festival thing. That was that whole area of the country. Was flooded, and it was like a national emergency, and they had to evacuate people out and stuff. Whereas at Bloodstock, we had a lot of sun and a little bit of rain, and it was fine.
Green Day. Green Day are rumored for Download next year. Apparently,
she's a big fan. She's a big fan.
Oh, sorry now. My condolences. I love you, but my condolences. They will absolutely smash that.
I'm hoping to get Iron Maiden again, though, because usually Iron Maiden play every other year.
Every other year.
So I'll be happy.
Like it's the time again.
Yeah, it literally is. Right.
Oh God. Yeah, but I was like watching all the videos to that. I was like, oh wow, it's a mess. But I I saw like the guy that I went on a date with, like he posted a picture up like at Vakken, and they have like this one like what is it called, like pop up right there, and it said "Raining Blood," and it's for women's menstrual stuff, like in case they need like a pad or something. I was like, that's so great. I love that.
Wacken Festival tend to be really good at all of that kind of thing. They'll really do like a lot of stuff, like loads extra things.
Mainly half an hour walk to the arena. Oh my god! And I only really enjoy Carcass and Metallica.
Yeah, in the video I made, I did make a little joke, call it the Donington Park Walking Festival, because it is, you're just walking everywhere.
We know better than to let cars park by tents. I mean, I've never tented at any of those things.
So in Europe, not always, but it's fairly common, especially at Wacken, is that you can drive onto the campsite and you put your tent next to your car, which is really handy because it means you don't have to carry anything anywhere. You just there. But the problem is when you're in a muddy field in Europe, Northern Europe, you're going to need a crane to pull the cars out.
Yeah. It was deep, like the Vakken ones. Yeah, it was very deep. And I think some cars got stuck. Like, you need like, I don't know.
They were running a tractor 24 hours to pull cars back and forth.
Like, yeah. Oh yeah, but I know like the guy that I went on a date, he almost didn't enter. Like he almost wasn't able to go in because of the conditions and everything.
Yeah, like they limited the numbers. It was something a stupid number. It's something like 20,000 people only, which Wacken's normally like 4 times that.
Oh, okay.
It was more like Bloodstock sized. But and Nam's just said there again, they're 10 out of 10 for branded stuff. That is, they are spot on with that kind of thing. They'll if they can put a phrase or slogan on something, even if it's just a sign that says stuff this way, they'll do a really good job of it. It's not just a boring sign, which is why when you do go to a German festival like that, you nick a sign. Because we did Wacken Winter Nights, and we nicked more than a couple of signs.
Oh boy. Yeah, festivals. I don't even think we had any around here, did we? I don't even know. I've been so out of touch. I've been just working a lot and trying to pay off shit. So it's like I don't even know. I know Dragon Force is coming over here, so I'm excited.
That's a good tour. That's a really good tour. I was looking at it earlier, and I was like, the support bands are good as well.
Like I'm trying to, because it's Amaranth. I've seen Amaranth before. I love them, but that was before the whole when they removed Jakey and the other singer, I forgot. I don't know. Like before they try to go mainstream, you know what I mean? So I'm a little worried when I see them live. I really want to see Edge of Paradise, and I forgot who was the other band that was playing with them, but it was a good lineup. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen. I like Dragon Force. I haven't heard all their stuff, but it's still like a band I want to see.
Yeah. Oh no, I've seen them loads because they're from London, so. I think the first time I saw him was 2006.
NAMM Award, duh. I was like, that's the other one.
Oh yeah. No, it's a really good tour that. But no, I've seen Dragon Force loads. Great band, really fun. They went through a period of time where maybe they were drinking a bit too much and they're a bit shit. They've calmed down on that now because they're getting older.
Mm-hmm.
They have replaced a few members as well, so that's. They're going to be one of those bands where there's 2 old guys and then the rest of the younger guys. You know, they keep replacing the other guys.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think I don't know, were they there? I don't know who was there, to tell you the truth. I mean, the only thing around here, California, we get is the one that's in. Oh my God, I can't remember our own capital. You know why I can't remember the capital of California? Because nobody gives a damn about going over there because it's not Los Angeles or Orange County.
I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is.
I gotta look up my own capital's name. Oh my God, how embarrassing. California. Because it's called Aftershock, the festival. And let's see, capital. What is it? Where is it? Sacramento. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Hi, Killbot.
Tony.
Yeah. No, it's just like it's not an area nobody really cares about. It's just the capital, and that's it, you know. But over there, that's where they have Aftershock, and it's not. Metallica usually like also headlines it, and I forgot who else. But again, it's not something I really care for. Like I know. Oh my God, no. Last Sunday or the Sunday before when Metallica was headlining, I know it was Five Finger Death Punch that open up for that. I was like, no, this is a horrible lineup. At least the Pantera one was epic, and that was the only reason why I wanted to go. But I never looked at the prices, but I could just imagine how much it would have been. Paying £100 for Manowar has really been put into perspective recently.
Yeah, we paid £100 to go see Manowar. It's an O2 venue in Birmingham, which isn't that big of a venue. It's like a 2,000 people capacity venue, and £100 a ticket. It's very expensive. Like you could do it. We did a day ticket download for the same price, but just Manowar's an expensive band. That's what it is. They always are.
Weren't they in some kind of trouble? That has called Children.
Yeah, you messaged me about this before. One of them was a nonce and has been convicted and sent to prison. The band did a very good job of cutting him off straight away and saying he's not in the band anymore, because they had no idea it was happening. And he's in prison now, like straight up. And he wasn't a founding member. He wasn't an original member of the band as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They've replaced him straight away. Still gigging, still doing fine. So the rest of the band, perfectly fine. I felt sorry for Pavel at the time because he had just got a Manowar tattoo, and then like days later that came up. But unfortunately, it's not that bad. It's not like the entire band.
Dude, that's why I really don't want to get
don't get a band tattoo. That's always one of the rules.
Yeah, I mean, the only one I really want to get is just like, I want to get like a Jim Morrison portrait from The Doors, like where he's kind of turning to the lizard because like he's known as the Lizard King. And so far, nothing has been found out about him, nothing at all.
Yeah.
But I'm scared. I'm going to get that tattooed and I'll be like, oh my God, look at my masterpiece. And then everybody's going to be like, did you hear there's a pedophile? I'm like, no. So yeah, so I'm really worried about that. That's why I just tell people, don't even get a band tattoo. Like, just don't.
We were looking through some of my parents' old vinyl records recently because they got these old boxes full of old vinyl. So having a look through, see if there's anything cool in there. And then we noticed on the outside of the box, there's loads of stickers that my mum had gotten in a magazine, and she put them on the box that her records were in. And they're all pictures of different pop stars at the time. And one of them is Gary Glitter, which you probably don't know, but basically he was a massive paedophile. And he's still got a sticker on the front of this box of records. So that was quite funny.
Now that we're on this topic, what was your opinion of the whole Rammstein thing?
I don't know enough details about it, personally. I've read a couple of headlines and some articles, but we don't know enough information to make a judgment on it yet. We need to kind of wait until he's been accused, but we need to wait till
they
go to court and he gets convicted or anything like that. We don't know.
They dropped the charges already, but
okay.
I just thought the only thing that because I was also trying to wait a little bit more and what else was going to happen. I just thought it was funny. I don't know which band member it was, but one of the band members left, I guess, a while ago. And he kind of just said, I'm just sick of their shit, So that's where it kind of like sparked, it's always a band member. If they leave and they say
then
something,
something's going on.
Something's going on.
Yeah, that happened with Glory Hammer, didn't it? When when the singer leaves, that's when there's something. It's not,
those racist ass text messages and everything. I remember when you send them to me, I was like, wow. And I just want, you didn't see Glory Hammer, but I was there with, the date that you hooked me up with.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the music. I felt that arrogant presence from the lead singer and everyone. It was just, I didn't like
the lead singer's a lovely bloke. He's now in a band called Angus Muck6. Which is basically they're kind of like Roy Hammer. He's done his own thing with the name. I'm not going to pass comment on anyone else in the band.
The whole Now Zero thing seems slimy as fuck to me. Slimy as fuck to me. Sorry, it is not illegal. Still a bit gross. Yeah.
It's just a bit. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Now Rammstein with the whole thing is like a little weird now. It's like, I don't know what to think of them. But luckily I have Spotify where they don't pay the artist. So technically I'm not supporting them.
I'm not.
Because
I was never a mega fan of Rammstein. Like it was one of those bands that's just always on. And if you go out to a metal bar or something, they're often quite playing it, and it's fine. I'm not. It's not bad music.
they play
It's
them
all
at the
right.
goth clubs
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So it's not bad music, but I've never played it myself. You know, I've just put it on.
It's fun, drunk music.
Yeah,
I will say that.
I've seen them live. And that was very good. It was a Sonosphere 2010 or 11.
Mm.
They were very good. They're big on the pyro, aren't they? So they put on a great show.
I heard supposedly people go in with like breathing mask or whatever. So if you guys take a hit of a blunt, like be careful, you might fucking die. You might have like an asthma attack. Make sure to take your inhaler and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was I don't know. It's with that guy. I forgot who it was, but one of the original members, like, he was just like, yeah, I had enough of their shit. So that's where I was like, okay, there's something weird here, and I'm gonna kind of like take a little bit what he said right there. But yeah, I know the charge has been dropped, but we don't know why it's been dropped either, I think. But you know, it is what it is. I think they just had more power behind them than what people think, because they're kind of mainstream when you think about it.
Yeah, definitely they are. Yeah, Rammstein, massive band.
Yeah. So I do believe like they have the money to like, you know, get rid of shit and like intimidate her or whoever else it was. Because supposedly it was like more than one girl, but it was just one girl made it more, you know, out there. Like
they've been around for a very long time, haven't they? Rammstein, you know, they've been around for a long time. They've been doing it. They're very 90s. Yeah. They're old dudes now, you know.
Yeah. Well, they were old. I don't know. They do a lot of stuff to shock people. I mean, they're known as shock rock, technically.
Yeah.
So I do believe, like, almost like in a Marilyn Manson kind of case, like they will go as far as to shock people, even if it's like morally wrong.
Talking about old shock rock, what do you think of the old Alice Cooper stuff that came out recently?
Oh, I'm glad you talked about that. I mean, I might get canceled for this. I don't know. Hold on a sec. I did.
He has been misquoted some slightly, but yeah, go on.
On the Bear many years ago, and it was
warm.
Surprised there was an allegation years ago about Rammstein, considering how. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think just now people are like waking up, because I hate the whole thing. Like, well, why didn't they say something sooner? Well, you don't know what was going on around that person. First of all, that was probably intimidating them, because that's usually how it's done. Like, you know, the whole manipulation. Like, no, you're just overthinking it and blah blah blah. So you don't really know, especially when a person is put in a state of shock until you're there. So, but anyways, the whole Alice Cooper thing. All right. I'm going to voice my honest opinion, and people could take it as I don't think he was wrong. I don't think, however, I also don't feel like he knows too much either.
He gave the standard boomer response. You remember, he's a man in his 70s. He's fucking old, right?
Yeah.
And also, it was an interview, and it's been put into text, and then it's been put into headlines. So it's kind of, we're not getting... Go have a listen to what he actually said. But he did the whole very boomer response of saying, oh, people can identify as a cat or whatever he said, you know, if they want to, which is a classic, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about idea. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. Here's my point, because I don't... I'm all, whatever you want to be, I don't give a fuck. Okay. You want me to call you dipshit? I'll call you dipshit. You want me to call you he, him, whatever? I'll call you that, whatever. Right. And I do believe we need to respect that. It's just as much as, like, for example, my full name is Jacqueline and I go by Jax, but there's a lot of people that insist on calling me Jackie, and I get so pissed, and they're like, well, I'm still going to call you that. I was like, it's Jax. If you don't like it, then suck my dick. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just the fact that, you know, I will respect what you want to be called, and you feel like that's what you are, fine. However, don't forget, when it comes to the human body, there's a lot of science behind it. Like, there is a lot of science, and that's where I think people like tend to forget.
I think Alice Cooper, who's it's a lady's name.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, it was supposed to be the band's name, but then everyone thought it was him.
Yeah.
So he just, well, technically, he was the first to promote the freaking pronouns, if you think about it.
And, you know, he wore makeup and stuff like that, you know, and but I think he was trying to make a point, and he did the worst way around again. He's more talking about children, about, you know, young children. I think that's the point he was trying to get across. and he did it very poorly.
I knew what he was trying to say right
Yeah.
there, because unfortunately there are parents that as soon as they see the slightest sign, they're like, oh, well, we're gonna, let's put him on medication so he could be a girl. No, here's the thing. In my personal, if I were to have kids, if for some reason my child wants to be the opposite sex, cool, whatever. You could go ahead and cross-dress. You could go ahead, play with makeup, become a mechanic. I don't know exactly, whatever you want to do, I will support it 100%. But I'm not going to put you on medication just because I don't know what that medication. I won't even put myself on antidepressants until they hit 18 years old. And if that's what they want to do, I will be supportive of 100%.
You're not going to have any kids, though, are you?
Huh?
You're not going to have any kids, though, are you?
No. Well, that's just because they're expensive, and I like my money for me, and I'm just a selfish person, and I have no patience, despite what gender they are. But it's just like, at the end of the day, if for some reason my child wants to change when they're like 18, like, hey, I'm 100% sure, I'm like, go for it. I'll be supportive, but I'm not paying for this. Because I'm cheap. I'm just like, I'm not doing it. Like, no. But it's just the fact, like, yeah, I do think it's weird when your 5-year-old or your 3-year-old, like, we're going to start putting them on medication. No. Like, why? Like, let them, I mean, I get it. So they could be, just dress them up like a girl or a boy, whatever. Like, no.
I think he's not going to be completely cancelled from this. He's probably going to learn a lesson, because he's one of those, Alice Cooper's one of those super nice people here. He became sober many years ago, and he does a lot of charity stuff. He does, trying to think of examples now, but he does like the old feeding the homeless and stuff like that. Like the guy does a lot of. He's one of the good guys. So he'll be fine, I believe.
But I definitely felt like the cosmetic brand was a little too hard on him. I felt the problem with
you can understand why though.
Yeah, but I feel like also with this whole cancel culture, depending what it is, why don't you educate the motherfucker first? And if you see they're being resistant and they don't want to learn, then fine, drop the whole thing. But there's some people, they just really don't know because they've been in their bubble and they're in shock.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. So how about you try educating instead of attacking? Then, which is the point of educating people. So, and then if you see they're being resistant, that all right, then cancel him or whatever you want to do. But I was looking forward to seeing a cosmetic line. Really was. So that's just my issue with the whole cancel culture in general. I was like, why don't you try educating a motherfucker first? And there, either ways, there's so many other people that need to be canceled. But yeah, we're all like, well, let's look both sides. I was like, wow, we're so quick to look on both sides when it comes to other people in power, but we're not that quick. But it's like, I don't know if that made sense what I was trying to say, but
yeah. Like he did. The main issue was that he did come out with the whole the really dumb kind of boomer quote of saying oh, you could identify as a helicopter or shoe if you wanted to, and I can't remember exactly what he said. But it was something like that, and it's a really dumb way of saying it. Nobody's doing that. Honestly, that's just a meme. It's like
the only time I really think I got in an argument with somebody over that, what they want, if they really want the transgender, is just because I felt like so it was a guy going to becoming a woman, right?
Yeah.
And I was all for it, but then when I saw her boyfriend, who identified as himself straight, I was like, are you really doing this because you want to, or is it because he wants you to go as far as you can so he doesn't have to say he's like bisexual? So that was the only time like I questioned it. And I was like, if you want to do it for your goddamn self, fine, but don't be doing it for your partner.
Yeah, let him have fun.
It's like, yeah, so that's the thing that made me mad. I was like, do it for your goddamn self, but don't be doing it for anybody else. Because regardless, it is a process, and just like, it's going through a hormonal change, dude. And when you fucking change it to a woman, expect the periods and all that to fuck you up. I was like, I'm just saying. So, I mean, very supportive, but I'm just saying, like, okay, rock star cocks hold more power than it should. True that. Ironic considering, sorry, his legal name is Alice. What? He changed it legally? I thought his name was like Brandon or something. Or am I thinking of Marilyn Manson?
They probably did.
Thoughts on school putting litter trays in classrooms for people that what the fuck, dude?
There are no people who identify as cats.
Yeah.
There are people who really like
cats. The furry community. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
That's a whole different species, actually. It's not exactly cats. I wouldn't know exactly, but I heard those furry communities go crazy at the fucking conventions to the point where they have to like ban them because they've got such like monstrosity in there. Yeah. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But no matter what, is like whatever I call out, people are going to be like, well, she hates them. No, I don't. Like, you're talking to a pansexual girl. Like, it's like, come on. If anything, have I? No, I don't think I've ever dated a transgender person. I thought I did. Never mind. I made out with one.
Not yet. Not yet.
You're like, not yet for you. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I mean, it's like I get what he was trying to say, but it's like you said, he gave like the old boomer response, and it just sounded so dumb and uneducated. And I just believe maybe the brand should have educated him, like, hey, what did you meant by this? You know, we're just trying to clarify things. You know, this is what's going on. We appreciate if you, you know, kind of take it. We're not pressuring you, but you know, consider that you at least see how this offended some people. And if you still would have been like, no, I'm sorry, I stand by it, then fuck it. Okay, release him or whatever. I get it.
Oh, he can come back from it. It's doable. You know, maybe that's in the works right now. That maybe they're doing that.
I feel like he could, but I don't see. Let's sort of say, oh, for fuck it. You know, if Dave Mustaine were to say some shit, he don't mean it, and not fucking change his mind. But he's already part of that conservative group. You know, he's not really no indie whatever is gonna want to collab with him because they already know how he is. I mean, look at Danzig, the same thing.
No one's worried about Dave Mustaine bringing out a makeup range anytime soon.
I don't even think I would get it, dude. And I love Megadeth. I wouldn't see the point. Like, why? I could see Alice Cooper collaborate with the makeup brand because he was one of the ones that started, you know, with the whole liner and all that shit. Mm-hmm. But I can't see Megadeth because they were always slamming, you know, like Kiss, like not slamming them, but like, well, look at Kiss, they got tired of it. You know, I could see Kiss doing a makeup brand. Yes, I would not buy it, but I could see it and I could understand why. But yeah, Megadeth, no. If Metallica, no. Just
the Lars range,
never. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's just identify as what you want. But at the end of the day, just remember there's a lot of science to the human body. Because I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't get mad when I hear them say like some things they're trying to compare themselves as women. And I was like, how do you know that? How do you know about giving childbirth or something like that? Have you done it? If you've done it, all right. But some of them haven't even been there. They don't want to for whatever medical reasons they can. And that's fine. But don't be trying to say, oh, yeah, it must be like giving birth or something. Like, shut up. No, you no. Metallica wore eyeliner in the 90s, didn't they?
It's called guy liner.
It's called guy liner. Oh, my God.
That's a fantastic username, by the way.
Huh?
Crispy
Where the
Smegma.
Danny Filth platform brandy? What?
Yeah, okay, Danny Filth is a very tiny man, and so wears his platform deal. You know, his platform boots, because the man wears colossal boots. But New Rock are too tight for that, clearly.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them have always worn like the platforms or whatever. Not all of them, but
only the short ones. Well, even though apart from Kiss, because Gene's fucking massive.
And he still wore the higher heels than your mommy, as he would always say. Like, I wore makeup and higher heels than your mommy did. Like
Danny Filth is a tiny little goblin and has to wear the big boots so that he's nearly normal size, but he isn't.
It is getting hot here, and I'm starting to sweat. So
it's warm here. Like, it's currently 20 C. I don't know why it is in F.
80 degrees here, like around the 80s. Yeah, it's funny how you said that there's craziness within the weather. Like here, we supposedly got a hurricane. It wasn't really a hurricane. It was just rain, but... Yeah,
right now it's here. It's 68. And it's the evening. It's, you know, coming to 11. So, like, it's ridiculously hot. These houses were built to keep heat in, so the heat just doesn't go away.
You know, this kind of turned into a Ripper news.
Yeah. I expected it to be fair.
I wasn't really sure what the title had anyways. I just saw that video. I was like, let's talk about it. But then we wrapped it up and then it turned into Ripper News, which I'm kind of glad because there was like some stuff I've been wanting to collab with you and do like more news topics about. And it just,
Also,
It
this
was
is
the time,
good practice for mid-month metal at the minute because we'll be filming that in a few days.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I tore this band apart. I don't know if you heard them. What do you think of Sleep Token?
Not heard enough to make a judgment.
It was just, I mean, I thought they were absolute crap. I mean, I already did like a whole rant on it in my last live stream. You could go watch it there, but it was just basically the fact like the music was kind of all over the place, and the guys sound like Sam Smith, and I can't stand Sam Smith as it is. So
I haven't heard enough of him either. So
okay, Sam Smith has that song, "The Body Shop." Is played almost everywhere you go in like shopping centers, and it's just so they play it all the time. My job, and it's just I get PTSD if I hear it in a car or something. I will flip out and tell the person to change it. But no, it's just I feel like that guy sounds like Sam Smith, and I just didn't like the last album. That was okay. To be fair, the album that came out was the only album I listened to, and it was just really bad. And then he does the whole almost like the same thing as Ghost. I think Ghost just does it better, where they do the whole occult style. But I'm like, y'all give everybody shit for liking Ghost, but y'all don't give shit to the people like you Sleep Token. And Sleep Token is very mainstream. Like, you think Ghost is mainstream? Like, this is very like alternative sounding with a bunch of like kind of jazziness and soulness. It's a little all over the place. If you were to listen to the album that made them popular, it's just all over the place. But it's not very well done. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's all about the writing. That's where it starts. You got solid writing. I like some
like it didn't flow
stuff,
together. That was the thing. Like, I get it if you want to try something here and there, but it didn't really flow into it or anything. Like, the album didn't flow in together. I don't know. I gotta go back and see what else I said. It was just like I tried to bury it after that. I was just like, I just never want to hear that band again. But I don't know. That was just my opinion. I'm surprised, and they're from the UK, so I'm surprised you haven't heard of them.
Oh no, I've heard the name loads. I just it's one of those things of good stuff will find its way to me, and they haven't found their way to me yet.
Okay.
Like I know when certain people say, listen to this, it's good, I know it's going to be good. And when other people say this is going to be good, I go, no, it's not.
So you know what person to
I'm old enough to be able to go, yeah, no, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah. Oh boy. Other than that, did you see that JaxB.TheRipper is like not traveling, but like touring with a Both?
Yeah, like think like JaxB.TheRipper plays loads of gigs around here, obviously, and I've not seen him yet. Like,
really,
just hasn't happened. Yeah, it's like, there's a few bands that I've not seen despite living not too far away from them, and it's just that the dates that I'm free and the dates they play are never lined up. So it'll probably be they're announced for Bloodstock, so I'll see them at Bloodstock. But yeah, JaxB.TheRipper just one of those bands I just haven't been able to actually go see live yet.
I mean, they obviously they still don't have the finances to come here to the US, so they haven't been here. But it's like my goal is like to hopefully when I rearrange next year sometime to visit you guys again to try to see JaxB.TheRipper. Because the times I talked to him, really nice guy. You
want about coming during the summer as well? Because last time you came, it was October and it was a bit cold. I remember looking back at look back at the pictures recently, and there's you in your massive coat.
Well, the cold didn't bother me. It's just the rain caught me. The rain caught me, and I was only wearing like a sweater, and I got really sick. So that was the thing.
Whereas right now it's hot. It is insane, just warm.
Yeah, because I was thinking like July or something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Pavel does have good taste in music. He does.
One of those bands that I've not seen live yet, which I've been trying to, and it just has never worked out. It's a band called Heavy Sentence. They're from Manchester, and they fucking awesome. It's the singer basically sounds like Lemmy, and so that makes it perfect. And every gig they've ever done, it's kind of like, oh, I'm busy, or I can't make it, or it's too far away, or what, something's happened, and it's become one of those running jokes between a few of my mates, going, "Oh, you're never going to see him live." So the only way I'm probably going to get to see him live is if I book him for a gig. So that's probably going to happen at some point, because we're putting on gigs now with the help of Warhorns Vessel. We've got our own gig we're putting on in December, and that's looking forward to. Going to be fun.
who is going to come here is Burning Witches. They're going to be playing at the Whiskey, so I'm definitely going to like see them because they're not somebody who comes here all the time. They're going to be at the Whiskey a Go. I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm going. I'm going to that for sure. Hopefully I can meet the band. I feel like there at the Whiskey is a little bit easier to meet people and meet the band and stuff. I got so mad, like I should not have left early, or else I would have been able to meet Doral when she was playing. I was like, fuck, I should never have left early. All right, is there anything else we should report on?
Trying to think. I think we've covered the main news that I could remember off the top of my head. I've had a few
I mean, a lot
I've
of
had three of these,
not,
and I've had one of these so far. So
no, the guy from Smash Mouth died.
oh, that's true. Yeah, he
Yeah,
wasn't that old either.
barely 50, I think.
Yeah, 53 or something like that.
Mhm.
And it's just too much of this, effectively.
Yeah.
It's a good warning sign.
It's a good warning sign, you guys.
I'm not to that level, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it was a shame because, like, I mean, he had good stuff in the 90s. I mean, I like the song more, "Walking on the Sun." That was more my favorite.
Apparently, they would play weddings for like $5,000 or something. So
oh shit,
they were affordable for
yeah,
for a wedding and stuff. Like, I imagine having Smash Mouth play your wedding. That'd be fucking awesome.
yeah, that's actually not a bad price for a band because I've heard they'll charge like way over like 50 grand or something like that, way over that. Yeah, basically the price of the wedding, of a standard wedding. Yeah. Okay then. All right then, let's go ahead and end the stream here. It was nice talking to you.
Go buy a pink shirt.
And when is the date? October 1st?
Yeah, that's when that's when it cut off is. So we're not going to make any more of these because they're bright pink. So go get yourself one. I know Luke in the comments there, he's already got 2. Well, it's pre-order, so pre-order by that point, then we're going to send them out. But yeah, sweet.
All right then. Bye, you guys. Bye. Take care of your vaginas. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Let's see, and ends in